Yo, what's up guys, it's Kurtis Fox YT here, back with another video, and I am starting a new career mode. I was going to do this a bit earlier, but I had trouble with the software. So, in the background, stuff's going to be happening, and I'm just going to talk why it's happening. We are taking manage of West Ham United, because they're not doing well in real life. They are struggling quite a lot. And I think I can take over as Nuno. I didn't make my own manager in this. I just didn't think there was a point. But it's basically me taking over as well. But yeah, I am Nuno. Taking over this shambles of a West Ham team. The fans are not even in the stadium. They're all empty, the seats. Yeah, it's a bit mad at the minute. West Ham used to be probably one of the best clubs I've watched, because of their fan base. Spencer FC, if I remember, did loads of vlogs on them. Ethan Bazinga from the Sidemen. Yeah. So in the youth academy, I'll show you. You can see what happens. I basically get rid of the ones who have awful potential, and keep the ones who look good. So we've got Jake Lord, who I do put a development plan on to be a centre half. We've got Max Ashton as a left back, which will come in handy, and we've got Chris Butler as a goalkeeper, which will definitely come in handy because the goalkeepers at West Ham are not great. So yeah, that was just a quick run through. We are starting from live points, so we have got Bournemouth next. If we look at the league table, obviously we are in the relegation zone on the same points as Burnley now, and we're only 3 points away from 15th. I think I scroll up here anyway. But I think that's where we are. So West Ham have been struggling, especially to score, and defending's been a bit of an issue as well. So we're going to go through the team. Oliver Scarles is injured for 5 weeks still. He's basically our backup left back. That's why it's good that we have a left back in the team. Mavropanos is out for 10 days, which isn't really an issue. We've got quite a few contracts expiring. We've got Paqueta, who's banned for 1 game. We've got Earthy, who's injured for 3 weeks as a young player, and that is all of them. This team is very, very old, is what I've realised. I think it's one of the oldest teams in the Premier League. Average, anyway, which is quite weird, especially when they have Bowen. I know he's 28 or something, I think. But the team is quite old. It will get a message from Fabianski here, who wants a new contract, which I would happily accept. He can happily be a last backup goalkeeper, and he'll probably retire here if he gets his contract, which is a good thing. As we go into the negotiations, I tried to get him on rotation. He wants important, which I don't think he'll really play any games, because we have got Areola and Hermansen, I think it is. We extend it by a year, put a release clause in, which might not get paid, it might do. And we've just put him 8,000 over what he's getting now, just as a nice retirement goal. So yeah, we advance a bit more before this Bournemouth game. We get Mavropanos coming back from injury, which is a good thing before the Bournemouth game. Now we set up the tactics. Now, I do set up the tactics quite wide. So Somerville and Bowen are going to be playing really, really wide. I am going to keep the same formation West Ham are playing in real life, because I want to see if I can actually get used to it. I'm putting both our centre mids on playmaker, and the CDM is going to be deep line playmaker, and the fullbacks are both going to be fullbacks. I think is the best way to do this, because it's not great our defending at the minute. Well, West Ham in real life are not great at defending, so we are going to keep him on balance but fullback. They're going to be the tactics. As we go into the first game against Bournemouth, as you can see, the lineup is there. I don't have time to read it out that great, so we'll just go straight into the game. So as we go into the first game against Bournemouth, Bournemouth doing very, very well in the league at the minute, as we've noticed, as Fernandez gets it to Callum Wilson here. Straight through to Bowen in the 8th minute. Finesse shot. And it's a goal. Within 8 minutes. of us taking over. It was a fantastic start, to be fair. Bowen gets nicely well. Here's Semenyo. Semenyo is definitely the danger, especially with players like Kluivert as well. Here's Adams to Christie, to Kluivert. Kluivert gets the better of Marquinhos. Not Marquinhos, Mavropanos. And Areola makes the save from Kluivert. The corner comes in from Bournemouth. And the header is cleared off the line from Rodriguez. And cleared away to Fernandes. Here's Somerville. On the counter-attack here. Gives it through to Bowen. Still Bowen. Gives it through to Somerville. And we give the free kick away. As we go into the second half, not really much happened until the 60th minute here. As Somerville has the ball. We did make some substitutions. Rodriguez passes it to Wilson here. Wilson has a shot. It's a good save by Petrovic. It's a fantastic start there as the substitutions. The corner comes in from Bowen. And it is going to be cleared away. In an awkward fashion, but it's cleared away. Areola catches that cross from Bournemouth there. It's the 81st minute now. Here's Somerville. To Iving. Iving puts through Marshall, who was off the bench, who's a young striker for West Ham. Marshall through on goal, and it's a fantastic finish from the young player. Fulkrug had a little bit of a knock for this game, so we did end up bringing Marshall on, and he comes off the bench and scores in a fantastic fashion. Senesi just can't catch up there, and it's a fantastic finish into that side netting. Fantastic goal from Marshall. Petrovic might have been able to do a little bit better, but it was so far in the corner it was hard to do that. 2-0. All courtesy from Marshall. Now, let's see if we can hold on here with 5 minutes left to go. Diakate. Christie. To Adams. If you have any signing ideas after this first episode, please let me know for West Ham. It needs to be realistic. I'm going to be doing about 2 seasons here. I'm going to try and get in the Europa spots and win the Europa League, like West Ham won the Conference League. I think it was the Conference League. It was the Europa League or Conference League. I don't remember which one. It was against Fiorentina. I just don't remember what competition it was. But we're going to try and get back to winning ways. As the full-time whistle goes, we win 2-0. Marshall off the bench, young striker. Going to have a good potential here. At some point, when we do need a striker, Callum Wilson, Fulkrug are getting on a little bit now. Callum Wilson had a good game. Bowen had a good game. And, of course, Marshall off the bench. Before Game 2 starts, we get an email from George Urphy, I think it is. He wants a new contract, and we are going to give it him. He is injured at the minute, which is a bit of an issue, but we will give him that new contract he wants. He's actually not that far from injury, to be fair, but we will give him that contract he wants. He wants an extra 3 years. I'm going to give him 4 because he's only 21 years old. Could be a future player for us when Paqueta's is getting a bit older. We give him 20,000 and he accepts that. Going into the Liverpool game, we have Areola, Wan-Bissaka, Kilman, Mavropanos, Juve, Solskjaer, Paqueta, Fernandes, Bowen, Somerville. Full crew comes in for this game against Liverpool. As we go into the game at the London Stadium. Liverpool, obviously not in the best form in real life at the minute. Just been beaten by Man City, my club. In the career mode though, Wirtz has scored twice in his last two games. It's going to be a very, very tough game this. We're going to have to put the boys to the test, especially when we're not doing well that well in the league, as Liverpool get us underway. And I think this will be a big test for us to see where we actually are, because Liverpool aren't in great form in real life and in the game because it's live points, and we're definitely not in great form after me taking over. A bit shaky there from Juve, but he ends up giving us the goal kick as we try and play out from the back. Somerville to Fulkrug here. Van Dijk puts in a great tackle there. Here's Wirtz to Isaac, puts it through to Salah. Still Salah. Salah gets the best of Mavropanos and Wirtz. And it's an offside goal. We have got away with it a little bit there. And I don't know where the offside was, but it must have been tight. Who was the offside? It was Salah by a toe. Very, very close. As we take that goal kick and try and play out from the back. This is very risky against Liverpool, but we are going to try it against many, many teams, so we'll see how it goes. Fulkrug gives it to Somerville. Somerville to Fernandez. Tries to switch it to Bowen. Bowen doesn't win the header, but wins the second one. Here's Souček. Gives the ball away. Wirtz gives the ball away as well. Wan-Bissaka, beautiful tackle there. Wirtz switches the play over to Somerville. Gives it to Fernandez. Puts it back to Somerville. Somerville goes for the cross. No, he doesn't. Now he goes for the cross. Fulkrug on the header. And it's 1-0 West Ham. Fulkrug back in for this game. Gets his first goal of the season. That smile was very creepy there. Somerville on the wing against Frimpong. Obviously defensive question marks on Frimpong at the minute. What a fantastic header to get over Konate and Van Dijk in that box. Beautiful. If anyone has any ideas for the next career mode, because this one's only going to be like 2 seasons-ish, please do let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what clubs you want me to see and play. Here's Fulkrug here. It's a fantastic save from Alisson there. Fulkrug's on fire at the minute. As we win the ball here. Back. Yeah, so if anyone wants to see what career mode I do next, obviously we're playing on Legendary, all realistic as possible. Please do let me know. I would love to hear what teams you want me to see, even if it's Italy, Spain, France, in them. I would love to hear it. As here we are with Somerville against Frimpong. Holds Frimpong off very, very well. Crosses the ball in. Here's Luca Pasquetta. And Alisson saves it. We are battering Liverpool, if I do say myself. Do say so myself. I can't speak. Van Dijk against Virgil van Dijk there. Bowen versus Van Dijk's not really going to work. As we win the ball back with Souček though. Crosses it in. Fulkrug's there. Konate gets it. Van Dijk somehow gets it out there. As Gravenberch gets it to Frimpong here. It might be half time. It is half time. Fantastic first half from West Ham. Now as we go into the second half, it's the 60th minute again where something actually starts to happen. Here's Somerville. We've just been defending really against Liverpool here. Somerville to Fernandez. Here's Somerville again. Somerville gets to cross in. Paqueta's leaping over. Wins the header. It's an easy save for Alisson. As we start to make some subs. And Fulkrug's going to come off for Wilson here. Marshall's not going to come on for this game. We're going to bring Mengoza on for Fernandez. Ward-Prowse for Paqueta, who's had a very, very good game. Marshall is not going to come on. Tadebo's going to come on for Kilman. And that will be the substitutes. As we have a free kick here with Ward-Prowse. Now, he does have dead ball. So we'll see what happens here as Ward-Prowse goes for the free kick. And it is only just over the bar. As Liverpool gets the ball here with McAllister. We do foul in there with Souček, but McAllister gives it to Isak. This is the last 2 minutes as well. Here's Isak. Gives it to Ekatike, who's come on. To Gravenberch, Areola saves, and that should be the 1-0 win. And it is. It's a fantastic start for the West Ham boys. 2-0 against Bournemouth. 1-0 against Liverpool out of everyone. I know they're having a bad time at the minute. But it's still a big achievement to beat Liverpool with that kind of quality in their team. This West Ham team is back. And backfiring. As we go into, well, before we go into the next game, we are against United, and we are now into 14th place, which is a very, very good start. 2 wins out of 2 for West Ham now in this career mode. Manchester City are only 1 point behind Arsenal, so it's very close in the whole of the table here. Top scorers, Erling Haaland, obviously, with the season he's having in real life. I'm not surprised if he'll be top scorer. And Mohamed Kudus with the most assists. As we go into the next game against Manchester United, as you can see the lineup there, no real change. It's the same lineup. Full Krug starts again after the good start against Liverpool as we go into the Manchester United game. As we go into this game, as it's now the 12th minute, nothing really happened in the first 10 minutes. Here's Dalot to Casemiro, to Sesko, back to Casemiro, back to Cunha, to Mbeumo. It's a fantastic save from Areola, and we have just survived a really big chance there from Manchester United as they keep coming. Here's Maguire to Fernandes, Euro, Fernandes, Casemiro, Euro, Shaw. Now into the 23rd minute as United give the ball away here to Fulkrug. Can we make this chance count? Here's Fernandes. Fernandes to Paqueta. Good save by Lamens. A bit of a weird save, but good save. United have a free kick here. I think that was Fernandes who leaves it. And Fernandes takes it, and it's just over the top of the bar. Close. At the start of the second half here, we have Bowen here. Gives it to Wilson, who came on for Fulkrug. Fulkrug didn't really do anything in that first half. Here's Bowen. Gives it back to Souček. Nowhere really to go, so it goes back to Bowen. Here's Fernandes. Fernandes goes through. Fernandes with a shot. It's a great save by Lemons and cleared away by Dalot. Fantastic first start in this second half for West Ham. Here's Paqueta. Can't just get through near Shaw there. Good defending from United there. Not a lot's really happened in this game so far, as Wan-Bissaka tackles Cunha. Here's Wilson. Can give it back to Bowen, and does give it back to Bowen. Bowen against Shaw. Bowen cuts in, goes for the finesse shot, and it's just over the top of the bar. As Wan-Bissaka picks up a yellow card. For this tackle, I don't remember doing it, but yep, that tackle, definitely a yellow card. As we go into the final few minutes here, here's Wilson. In the last minute, Shaw with a fantastic recovery tackle there, as Manchester United can clear it out now. And there's full time, and 0-0. A very, very tight game, but it leaves us where we're at. Some of the big teams, United are doing well in real life now. It's a good start though, and it's a fantastic start for West Ham United under our managerialship. As we go into the next game, which is Brighton, Callum Wilson comes in for this game. No Souček in this game. Mengoza comes back into the squad. And that's the only 2 changes from this game, with Tibidebo in the line up as well. As we go into this game, it's the 20th minute. Here's Fernandes through to Somerville here. Somerville has a chance. Cuts back to Wilson. It's a great save. No rebound there. As Minte tries to get out, Somerville wins it back, and someone was offside. Brighton take the goal kick. They are struggling to get out here. Somerville passes it through to Wilson. Has to be a goal, and is a goal. The mistake from Brighton's really cost them, and the pressure from West Ham carries on. And Wilson scores for the 2nd or 3rd time under our managerial mastermind plan. Fantastic finish. As we go here, Brighton now have the ball in the 32nd minute. We nearly win the ball back with Wilson there, but we don't. Here's Matoma. Puts it through to Welbeck. Welbeck has a chance here. Shoots, hits the bar, and then doesn't go over the line. Cleared away by Doof. As Fernandes passes it to Bowen and clears it out to Somerville, who just wins the ball. And it's given away again here. Here's Gruder to Minte. Doof tries to slide in, misses it completely. Here's Wifer. Belieber. And it's given away. Bowen in the second half passes it to Fernandez here. Here's Somerville. Can keep going out the wide side. Gives it back to Mengoza. Mengoza shoots, and it's very, very close. Very, very close. As we go to make some substitutions here, Mengoza's going to come off for Souček now. Ward-Prowse, I think, is going to come on. As we bring Gilheim on, put Bowen in the middle, which we are going to try. Marshall comes on for Wilson for his second game in a row off the bench, and Mavropanos comes on as well. As Wan-Bissaka does some great defending there, we are now in the 77th minute with 13 minutes left. And here's Gilheim, who came off the bench, obviously. Here he is. Puts a fantastic through ball into Marshall, off the bench again, and he gets another one off the bench. This player could be fantastic. Remember the name, Callum Marshall. Remember the name. He scores again in his second game off the bench in a row. And EA gives us a fantastic glitch replay. Fantastic EA. Fantastic EA. As we see this replay, it's fantastic curled finish into that corner. Goalkeeper didn't really have a chance, but we score again. As Doof wins the ball here, Brighton seats look very empty in the 85th minute now. Here's Ward-Prowse. Gives it through to Marshall. Marshall with a fantastic run here on his left foot, and he scores again to get his second of the game. His second of the game. Remember the name Callum Marshall. I'm not going to say it more than once from now, because I've said it twice already, but ignore that. But remember the name Callum Marshall. He could be a star when Wilson, Fulkrug decide to leave or retire, and he could be a fantastic player for West Ham. From their youth system, it's fantastic top corner finish. Goalkeeper didn't really have any chance. And Brighton seats are a lot more emptier now, as Basagli comes on for Brighton in midfield, it looks like, which is a bit odd. I don't know if he can play there or not, but Brighton is it's down and over now. We're just waiting for that full-time whistle. Callum Marshall is going to be a star. As the full-time whistle does not go, it's a free kick to Brighton. But I think if we clear this out, it should go to get the clean sheet as well. Another clean sheet after coming in charge. That will be 4 in a row for clean sheets now. And there's the full-time whistle. 3-0 against Brighton. Fantastic, fantastic game from our West Ham boys. Before we go into Game 5 here, Callum Marshall comes up and he said he wants us to think about him playing more often, which I think we definitely will be for the next game going into the Aston Villa game. Before we go into this Aston Villa game, we have 4 unread messages. Souček, Paqueta and Ward-Prowse want new contracts, so we will give them. I think some of them are expiring. I think Paqueta's got a year still, if I've checked here. Yep, Iving and Wilson are the only ones running out at the end of the year. So we go to Paqueta first, who is a very important player for us. I did not mean to transfer list him. I think my brain went ham. I think I recorded it after midnight. But we will give him crucial. He's going to be a very important player for us. He only wants a year. We're going to give him an extra 2 years, so he has a 3-year contract, which is perfect for the type of player he is. And we will give him 70 grand a week, and he accepts that perfectly fine. As we go into the Ward-Prowse one, Ward-Prowse is a player who's getting on a little bit now. He still could be an important player, which is quite good though as a backup. We had only a year, which he accepts perfectly fine. And his wage, I think we keep it at 50. And he wants a signing bonus, which we just give him. That's fine by us. We're keeping Ward-Prowse. As we go to Souček, obviously West Ham fans love him. So we will be keeping Souček probably for the rest of his career. He only wants a year extension, which is fine from us, because he will be basically on a 3-year contract. including this season. And we only had £5,000, and it accepts that perfectly. And now we can go into the Aston Villa game. As we go into the Aston Villa game, we can see that Marshall is going to start this one. Todibo, Kilman, Mengoza starts as well. And Marshall gets the start he really deserves after scoring off the bench many times. As we go into this Aston Villa game, I hope you all like the cutscenes and everything I'm trying to keep in. As Bowen gets the ball, puts it through to Marshall, obviously starting this game. Marshall has a shot and it's an easy save for Martinez. Here goes Paqueta on the left hand side here. I think I've put him on roaming now. Somerville cuts back to Paqueta here, gives it to Mengoza with a shot, and it's very far over the bar. As we go towards the 89th minute, not really much happened in this game. It's been a very tight game as Jadon Sancho tries to get through here in the last few seconds. Walker Peters off the bench tackles him, and it is a free kick for Aston Villa. This is probably going to be their last chance. It's going to be a yellow for Walker Peters. It's a bad challenge, to be fair, as Aston Villa bring Digne on as well. I thought he would take this free kick, but no. As Sancho delivers it, it's cleared away from Todibo. Fernandez clears it away, and there's full time. A 0-0 draw for Aston Villa. So, that will be the end of the first episode of the West Ham career mode. I'm going to try and get as many out as possible, as I possibly can. Because I think this career mode will be a good one. I think it's only going to be about 2 seasons, and then we will change to a different team. What team? I have no clue, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Don't forget, we're trying to hit 100 subs by the end of 2025, and we are only 8 subscribers away, so please, it's for free. 100 subs by the end of the year. We only need 8 more. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.